James Charles here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, I'm looking very, very different right now. I don't have a baseball cap on. I got my freaking haircut. I absolutely love how it turned out. My rat's nest of a man bun is now chopped off. Thank the Lord in heaven above. God bless major living legend Jen Atkin. If you guys don't know, she actually styles the Kardashians and a ton of other amazing celebrities, but she doesn't do boy cuts that often. And her and I were talking, we're like, girl, I need to get this off of my head. I am so tired of looking ugly every day with my baseball hat and my messy ass hair. Like, what can we do? And she was like, Sister James, I got you. So I went into the salon and this is what came out of it. And honestly, I am so happy with it. I hope you guys love it too. There will not be a baseball hat for a little bit of time now, so hopefully we can get used to the new look. And yeah, moving right along, for today's video, we're gonna be doing a first impressions chit chat, get ready with me. I'm actually super pumped for this because you guys know that I really don't change up my makeup routine that often. It's always the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation Stick, Shape Tape Concealer, Laura Mercier, Benefit Brow Stuff, Shape Tape on the brows, and some type of Morphe eyeshadow palette, some type of highlighter, and then a nude lip. Like, you guys feel me at this point, although I do love throwing in some creative looks. It's been a hot minute since I've tried some brand new products. All that being said, I've been saving up some PR packages from the last few weeks from some of my favorite companies, and I have a ton of products that I cannot wait to show you guys, so let's get started. As always, I'm just priming my face using my Benefit Professional Primer. You guys know this is like my ride or die primer, and I probably will honestly never switch it up unless I find something better. Skin has always been something that has been like a major problem area for me in my life. I used to have really, really bad acne, but lately my skin has been treating me so well, and I am so freaking happy about it, so yeah, professional it is. I actually just got a facial a few days ago for the first time, and they did like the extractions where they sit there and like pop everything out of your nose. I was laughing so hard because the only thought running through my head was literally you could probably pop all the blackheads on my nose and literally repackage all of the gunk into a Benefit Professional Primer because that's all I ever put on my freaking nose. For foundation today, I'm gonna use my Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick in the shade Y325. Once again, this is one of those products that is my holy grail and will not change, and there was no foundations in any of the packages that I received, so can't switch anything up. I'm so freaking excited because me and all the sisters are going with Makeup Forever tonight to a Kehlani concert here in Los Angeles, and I absolutely love her and her music. I think she's so talented and just so like cool in general. We actually just got a text earlier saying that we're gonna get to hang out with her before the show tonight, which is literally so dope. So I am getting ready for that right now. I'm praying that all these products that I'm trying out today work well in my favor because this is gonna be the look that I'm wearing tonight. Y'all know that that selfie is gonna be iconic, so hopefully we can pull this off. All right, so I just went ahead and applied my Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light and then blended it out as usual with my damn beauty blender. And now the next step is always to set my face. So for today, I am gonna be using a new setting powder, and this is the RCMA No Color Powder. You may have seen this before because I know a lot of people talk about it and have used it. If you've used it, I apologize. This is not your first impressions, it's my first impressions, and I have never tried this before, so I'm gonna use it today. You guys know that setting powder is a little bit of a touchy subject for me, so I'm actually super nervous to try a new one, but I've heard a lot of good reviews, so let's go ahead and give it a try. So at first glance, it's going on really, really nicely. It definitely is like pretty finely milled, so that's good because we don't get those like ugly like splotches that sometimes it catches onto the foundation, but I'm gonna keep putting it on and see what I think at the end. It's definitely doing a really good job of like mattifying and setting everything in place. As you can see, my nose definitely looks locked right in there, which is great because Lord knows that my nose loves to slip and slide around. I'm also gonna place a little bit of this right in the center of my forehead just to set that area in place and make sure I don't get any creases because I do tend to crease up there a lot. And then lightly just dab some excess powder on the rest of my face. Lately, I actually have not been setting my entire face. I've been going for more of the like dewy skin foundation look, and I've honestly been loving it. Here in Los Angeles, it is literally so freaking hot. I've had my AC blasting all morning and all night last night, and it's like 1,000,000 degrees in here, which is very, very rude and homophobic because I'm about to melt, but we're gonna make it work. I'm gonna suck it up. But yeah, so I haven't been setting my entire face and I've been living for the dewy look, but that depends on your skin type and how you like wearing your makeup. If you want to set your makeup and if you're someone who definitely gets oily, definitely pack on the powder, girl, you do you. So now that my face is all set and locked right in place, the next first impressions I want to pull out is actually a brush set. James Charles not using Morphe brushes? Relax, bitch. You know that the Jaclyn Hill Morphe collab is coming in about 5 seconds. Hold on. Today I want to show you guys the collab that I am super duper excited about, and it is actually one of my best friends and true sisters in the entire world, Jesus, and his collab with The Makeup Shack. I am so beyond excited for this, and I have been with him since the entire beginning of this even being planned in the first place, so I am so excited to have it right here in front of me, and I definitely want to be using these brushes on my face today. On the back of the palette it says, I have created this brush set as one of my personal favorite brushes from the Makeup Shack to create a full face for the everyday glam, a combination of natural and synthetic brushes. I hope you enjoy these as much as I do. XOXO Jesus Gomez. I am so freaking proud of them. This set comes with 9 brushes, and there are angled brushes, eye brushes, compact brushes, and then face brushes as well. So definitely like a full-on set. I know it retails for $75 at the Makeup Shack, which is definitely a little pricey for a brush set, but y'all know me. Of course, I reached out to them and I did get a coupon code. So you guys can now use code JAMES for 20% off your purchase at the Makeup Shack. That brings the price of this down to around $60, and divided by 9, that's just over $6 per brush, so definitely not too bad of a deal. To start off with, I'm gonna grab the T27 brush from the brush set and then dip into my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette into this middle shade, and I'm going to contour and chisel out my face. Oh my god, the bristles on this are so soft. Wow, legend went off. We gotta contour out that jawline as well and snatch her right up. And we definitely are not gonna miss out on this forehead contour. Lord knows that now that I don't have a baseball hat to cover half of this region, we're gonna need to use that contour to turn this 5 head back into around a 3 head. I'm then gonna grab the T84 brush in that same shade from the Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to contour out my nose. Oh my god, that actually laid on the color so nicely. My Luxie 182 brush is shaking. Oh my god, I actually really like this brush. Yes, T94. You better work. Before we move on to baking, I'm gonna quickly grab my T17, also from the brush set, and dip into my MAC Peaches blush, and just put a light wash of color on the cheekbones. Okay, maybe that wasn't exactly the best brush for a light wash of color, but it'll do. All right, so I'm gonna grab my beauty blender and dip right back into that RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm going to bake my face, starting with my nose contour as always. Even though this powder is translucent, I'm really hoping that because it's white, it still will brighten up everything a little bit, and if it does, we're about to look so snatched in a few minutes, and I am super excited to see how this rubs off. Alright, so while I was in the oven baking, I just quickly went ahead and did my brows off camera to save some time. Same exact process as always, no new products or first impressions. So now that it's been a long periodically time, we're gonna go ahead and we're going to wipe this bake off and see how this powder did. Okay, so I was definitely right. The fact that it is white definitely did leave a little bit of a highlighted look, but I really, really like that. That's exactly what I look for in a setting powder. I really like when I bake my face and it like really brings back those highlights. So then you have the very, very defined contour highlight, like very, very full focus, 360 full glam snatch. That was stupid, I apologize. You know what I mean. Looking up close, my skin definitely does look a little bit more porous than usual, especially in like the T-zone area, right up in here. That's where my pores are usually the worst, but it definitely doesn't look as good as it normally does today. I'm not sure if that's the powder or my skin in general not having a good skin day, but I definitely want to keep using this powder because I like how it looks so far, and I will keep you guys posted for sure. Alright, so I already went ahead and primed my eyelids using my Shape Tape Concealer and then some more RCMA No Color Powder as usual, and now we're going to move on to the eyes, and this is what I'm so excited for, and that is the Jaclyn Hill collaboration with Morphe. Now that this palette is actually released, I can actually spill a little bit of a secret for you guys, but a long time ago, Jaclyn actually showed me the mock-up for this palette on FaceTime. She showed me like one of the first trial regions, and honestly, it has changed so much since then, but it is just so beyond beautiful. Jaclyn, if you are watching this, I freaking love you so much. I don't know if any of you guys know this because I've only told the story like once or twice, but Jaclyn Hill is actually like the reason I started doing makeup in the first place. She's totally my inspiration. I would stay up all night watching her YouTube videos. I just think she's just like the most boss ass bitch ever. I love her and I respect her so much. And obviously you guys know I love Morphe as well. So this collab was just made in heaven. And if you know Jaclyn, you know that this is literally her in a freaking palette version. So this palette comes with 35 custom formulated shades. They are not the everyday Morphe formula, and I have not swatched them yet, but I've seen other people. I know that these are gonna be good, but I'm gonna save my opinions until I actually put them on my face. That being said, this palette retails for $35, so it is a little bit steeper than Morphe's usual $22 a palette, but it's literally 35 amazing shades for $35. You really cannot beat that. This palette launches in a few days, so you definitely are gonna wanna get your hands on it while you can, and as always, you can use code JAMES for 10% off your purchase, but this is Jaclyn's palette, so if you wanna double support her, please use code JACKATTACK as well. That is Jaclyn's code. I'll put it right down here on the screen. Go show her some love. This palette is literally everything, and I'm so pumped to put it on my face right now. I'm first gonna start by grabbing the shade Creamsicle on a Makeup Shack T70 brush, and I'm just going to buff this right into the crease. Oh my god, that's pigmented. Okay. Jaclyn, I see you, sister. I'm next gonna grab the shade Hunt on my Makeup Shack T44 brush, and I'm going to buff this right into the crease because I'm going to be transitioning from like yellow to orange to a red. Oh my god, these colors are literally blending so beautifully. I'm kind of shook to the core right now. I'm next gonna grab my T63 brush and dip into the shade Jax, and I'm going to put this right in that crease for a little pop of red. Okay, I literally cannot get over how pigmented these shadows are. That was literally one dip into the pan and we got that. Like, hi, okay. I'm gonna dip back into Hunt with that T44 brush and just buff over those edges. I was not anticipating that much pigmentation, so now we need to blend her out or else this is gonna get real messy real fast. Once all those three colors are on there as well, I'm gonna dip back into Creamsicle and just go over those edges to make sure they are super blended out and their transitions are all smooth. I really wanna do a pop of blue on the eye, so with that same exact T63 brush, I'm actually gonna dip into the shade Royalty, which is a metallic purple shade in this palette, but I'm gonna use this as kind of a transition shade between the metallic blue that's gonna go on the lid and the cranberry color that I just put in the crease. And once it's all on there, I'm gonna go back into the same brush in the shade Jax, which is the red shade, and just bring back that cranberry color. I'm gonna grab my T79 brush and dip into the shade Twerk, which is this metallic blue shade. I am so excited for this, and I'm gonna pop her right onto the lid. Oh my god, my brush literally is not even wet either. Miss Hill! Suddenly my wig just got ripped off and flew all the way from Los Angeles to wherever you are in Florida. These are so good! I know everybody's gonna say I'm sucking up to Morphe because I always do, but honestly, these shadows are like so good. I genuinely would not expect anything less than perfect from Jaclyn, and so far, that is exactly what I'm seeing. I'm gonna go back in with Twerk now, and I'm gonna spritz my brush using the all-nighter, and I'm just gonna layer this on top again and see how like actual metallic we can get it. Oh my god, these are literally beautiful. Okay, I think I wanna turn this into a little bit of a halo eye situation, so I'm gonna grab the same exact brush and dip into the slightest bit of Pool Party. Once again, gonna spritz that brush, and then I'm just gonna layer that right on the center of the lid and see how that looks too. I'm literally in love with how this looks so far, so I guess we're going to move on to the lower lash line now. So I'm gonna start off using the exact same shade Twerk on the same T79 brush, and I'm going to buff this into the inner and outer corners of my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna grab a dab of Pool Party and plop that in the center once again. Then I'm gonna grab that T44 brush one last time and dip into Jax, and I'm just going to blend all those edges and connect it back up to the upper lash line. To highlight the inner corners, I'm gonna grab my Sigma E30 brush and dip into the shade Beam, which is this beautiful bright ass highlighting shade, and I'm going to pop that right in there. Oh, wow. Before I move on to the lashes, I just grab my MAC Reflex Teal because I want the center of the lid to really, really, really pop. So I'm just gonna grab my T79 brush one last time, dip into just the slightest little bit of it, and I'm going to spritz my brush, and then I'm just going to pop her on there. That is everything. That is the eyeshadow all complete. For lashes today, I'm gonna pop on the Makeup Shack lashes in the style Dubai. I'm having a really good makeup day today, and I'm honestly really excited about it. And then of course, I'm gonna use my Roller Lash Mascara just to blend together the fake lashes with the real ones. All right, sisters, and that is one eye all complete. I'm honestly loving this look so much so far. It is definitely a good makeup day, so Sister James is happy. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one off camera quickly, and I'll be right back to finish off the rest of the face. All right, guys, I am back with both eyes all complete. I wiped off the crusty foundation on my lips, brushed my teeth to get ready to go for tonight's event, and now let's move on with the glow. For highlighter today, I'll be using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. I am so freaking excited because I've heard so many great things about these, but they're literally sold out everywhere. I've looked for them so many times at my different drugstores. You guys know from my drugstore makeup tutorial a few weeks ago, I was talking about wanting to use these, but they were nowhere to be found. So I finally got this one today. Actually, as a matter of fact, Wet n Wild just sent me a huge PR package with a ton of their products. So definitely give this video a big thumbs up down below if you want me to do a full face using only Wet n Wild products, because I would definitely be down. Definitely not as blinding as I was expecting, but not bad. The formula of this, like rubbing my brush in it, feels extremely soft, which is good because that means that the texture of your natural face won't show as much, because I know highlight a lot of times accentuates texture, especially for me because I have a lot of pimples in my highlight region for some annoying ass reason, but the formula of this feels really, really good. This highlighter is definitely really, really pretty, and I know this is drugstore price. I think this is like $6, so honestly for $6, it's really, really not bad. I'm just being dramatic here, but definitely not as blinding as I was expecting it to be. I'm probably gonna end up layering this with like my Makeup Forever 13 Pigment or my Anastasia So Hollywood, just to be like blinding people left and right, but definitely so beautiful for the price. I said this highlighter is beautiful, and I did not lie. It is definitely beautiful on the cheekbones, but for the nose contour, for some reason, even though this highlight is literally super, super light, it is apparently too dark for my skin tone, because when I'm not hitting the light, like right there, you can see it's not reflecting light. So it looks literally darker than my nose contour, which completely ruins the effect, which is so frustrating. So I'm just gonna layer over top the Makeup Forever 13 right on that area, because Lord knows that that is blinding and will hopefully fix this. Oh great, that literally just made it 20 times worse. I think that's probably a message from somebody up above saying, James, stop trying to make your nose look 20 times smaller than it actually is, because sister, you're not fooling anybody. All right, so the last step of this makeup tutorial is obviously going to be the lippity doodads, and for this I do have a first impressions new product, and that is the brand new Jouer High Pigment Lip Glosses. I love Jouer, their highlighters are so bomb, and I love their lip toppers as well, so I'm so excited to see their brand new glosses. These are all of them right up in here. I'm gonna lean back because there are a whole lot of them for sure. For this look, I'm gonna pop on the shade PCH. All right, so as a base, I just applied the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Aquarius, just to give the gloss something to like stick to and layer over top of. And now I'm gonna reapply the shade PCH. I love how this looks, oh my God. For shits and giggles, I think over top, I'm just gonna layer the Jouer Skinny Dip Lip Topper, just for some extra glow, some glam, some shine. Why not? Lastly, to finish off this look, I'm just going to drench my face using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. All right, guys, and this is the completed full face using all first impression glam. I am honestly so alive for this look. I love it so freaking much. Let's go back and review all the products that we tried today. The first one being the RCMA No Color Powder. This definitely did a really good job of baking the face and lightening it up. I loved the effect that it gave, but it definitely did make my pores and texture look not the best that it's ever looked. Usually the Laura Mercier powder does a really good job of smoothing everything out. So I definitely am gonna give this another shot and see if it's just the powder or if it is just my skin. Don't know. It looked pretty, but I've seen it look better, so not quite sure. Definitely still on the fence with this one, but did a decent job for it today. As for the Makeup Shock brushes, they're definitely a big hit for me. You guys know that I'm very, very loyal to Morphe and the brushes, and I absolutely love them, but I have to support my best friend in the entire world. Jesus, I am so freaking proud of you, and you guys need to go check out this brush set as soon as it launches, and remember, code James gets you 20% off. As for the next item on the list, you already know how I feel about Miss Bitch over here. This palette is literally everything. I am just so beyond shook at the quality and how they blended and just the pigmentation in general. This palette is 100% a win. As I said before, I am so beyond proud of sister Jaclyn. She is the person who single-handedly got me into the beauty industry. I've always looked up to her, and now it is literally so freaking crazy and cool to me that I'm able to call her one of my best friends. So proud of you. As I said before, code James gets you 10% off when it launches, or if you want to double support sister Jaclyn, use code JACATTACK at your checkout as well. Next up on the list was the Wet n Wild Highlighting Powder, and I wanted to love this so bad, but I think this is going to be my one fail of this video. It looks so beautiful on the cheeks and like the brow bone and the upper forehead region, but on the nose contour, it is really not doing it justice. It definitely is a little bit too dark for my skin, which is so strange because this is already a super light highlighter, but it is giving us that gray cast when the light isn't hitting it, so this is going to be a fail for me. But like I said before, definitely give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see a full face using all Wet n Wild products, because I do have a full collection now that I would love to try out for you guys. And last but certainly not least was the Jouer new Ultra Pigmented Lip Glosses, and these are so bomb. I used the shade PCH on my look today, once again layer over that ColourPop gloss, but I absolutely love how it looks. The formula is really nice. I know a lot of glosses oftentimes feel really tacky or sticky when I go like this. My lips like stick together, but this wears beautifully. It's lightweight, it's simple, it's nice, and I love the color, so this is definitely a win for me. All right, guys, and that is all I had. I had so much fun trying out all these new products today. Definitely leave me a comment down below and tell me which one of these that you'd be dying to try. I know there's so many launches and crazy items coming out soon. I am so freaking pumped to see what all of you guys come up with and all your amazing looks. If you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up down below and subscribe if you have not already. I post 2 videos a week on Mondays and Fridays, and I'd love to have you join the sisterhood. If you'd like to follow me on my makeup journey, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. They're both just James Charles. And my Snapchat for more behind the scenes type stuff is James Charles with an extra S after Charles. All right, sisters, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.